Losing a loved one is one of the most painful experiences we can face. In the midst of that overwhelming grief, the last thing anyone wants to deal with is a maze of complex legal terminology. Words like probate can suddenly appear, adding confusion and stress to an already difficult time.
That is exactly why we are here today. The purpose of this video is to demystify the probate process and offer you a clear, easy-to-understand roadmap of what to expect in the weeks and months ahead. Please remember, this video provides informational guidance only and is not a substitute for professional counsel. At its core, probate is the legal process of administering a person's estate after they have passed away. It is the official way a state ensures that a deceased person's final affairs are properly settled. The process typically involves validating the deceased person's will, identifying and taking inventory of their assets, paying off any outstanding debts and taxes, and finally distributing the remaining property to the rightful heirs. Think of the probate court as an overseer, making sure the transfer of assets is orderly and transparent. The court protects the interests of everyone involved, from creditors to beneficiaries. While it might seem like a bureaucratic hurdle, probate serves several critical purposes. First, it legally validates the will, if one exists. The court ensures the document is authentic, was properly signed, and represents the true final wishes of the deceased, protecting the estate from fraud or forged documents. Next, it forces the systematic identification and valuation of all assets. Whether it is real estate, vehicles, or financial accounts, everything must be accounted for. Probate also provides a strict legal framework to ensure all valid debts and taxes are paid before anything is distributed to heirs. Finally, probate is the legal mechanism that officially transfers ownership from the deceased to the beneficiaries. Without this court order, transferring titles or accessing funds would be nearly impossible. Furthermore, the probate court provides a neutral venue to resolve any potential disputes among family members or creditors. The probate process may seem overwhelming, but it follows a clear step-by-step path. It all begins with filing an initial petition in the probate court of the county where the deceased resided. Along with this petition, you must submit the original will and a certified copy of the death certificate. This officially opens the case and formally asks the court to appoint an executor or administrator. Once the petition is filed, the court requires that formal notice be sent to all named heirs, beneficiaries, and known creditors. This provides everyone a fair chance to raise any objections. If the court finds no issues, it officially appoints the executor, issuing legal documents that grant them full authority to manage and act on behalf of the estate. With legal authority granted, the executor must now identify, gather, and protect all of the deceased's assets, including bank accounts, investments, and real estate. A detailed inventory is then prepared and submitted to the court. For unique or high-value items, like family heirlooms or antiques, a professional appraisal is often required to establish their precise date of death value. Before beneficiaries can receive their inheritance, the estate must settle its financial obligations. The executor uses the estate's funds to pay off valid creditor claims, outstanding debts, and final taxes. Once all debts are cleared, the executor petitions the court for permission to distribute the remaining assets. After final distributions are made, the court closes the estate. To understand probate, you need to know the key players. First is the decedent, the legal term for the person who has passed away. Next is the executor or administrator, appointed to manage the estate. Then come the heirs or beneficiaries, who are legally entitled to inherit the assets. Creditors may step in to claim outstanding debts. Overseeing it all is the probate court, ensuring legal fairness. Finally, a probate attorney often guides the executor through this complex process. One of the most common questions families ask is, how long will probate take? The truth is, there's no single answer. A simple estate with a clear will might wrap up in a few months. But if an estate is complex, lacks a will, or faces family disputes, the process can drag on for over a year. Beyond time, probate also consumes financial resources. The total cost typically ranges from 3 to 8% of the estate's overall value. This money goes toward a variety of expenses, including attorney fees, court filing fees, executor compensation, and costs for appraising assets like real estate or jewelry. Remember, every state has different laws, and these costs can fluctuate wildly. While we can't offer legal advice, understanding these potential timelines and expenses can help you prepare for the road ahead. Probate can be time-consuming and expensive, but with proactive estate planning, many families can bypass it entirely. One of the most powerful tools is a living trust. When you place your property into a living trust, it transfers directly to your chosen beneficiaries upon your passing, completely avoiding the probate court. Another straightforward strategy is joint ownership with right of survivorship. If two people own a home together, the surviving owner automatically absorbs the full property rights without a judge's involvement. For financial assets, you can set up payable on death or transfer on death designations. This ensures the funds in your bank or brokerage accounts go straight to the named individual, sidestepping the standard legal delays. Even without complex trusts, many states offer simplified procedures for small estates. If the total asset value falls below a specific threshold, the family can often use a simple affidavit to claim the property. Taking these proactive steps ensures your loved ones focus on healing, rather than navigating endless legal paperwork. Handling real estate during probate presents unique challenges. The court must first determine if the home was held jointly or solely by the deceased. If it enters probate, an official appraisal is required to establish its fair market value. The executor must then maintain the home or sell the property to settle outstanding debts before distributing the remaining proceeds to the rightful heirs. Another common situation is intestacy, which happens when someone dies without a valid will. In this scenario, state laws dictate asset distribution rather than the deceased's personal wishes. A judge appoints an administrator, and assets are divided among surviving relatives, typically starting with spouses and children, and cascading down the family tree. Navigating the probate process can be overwhelming, especially while grieving the loss of a loved one. A qualified probate attorney can guide you through these complexities and ensure all legal requirements are handled correctly. Please remember, this video is for informational purposes only and does not constitute legal advice. Always consult a legal professional for personalized guidance. To find local probate courts and more resources, visit probateus.com. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. We truly hope this complete guide has helped you understand exactly what probate is, why it is necessary, and how you can begin to navigate the process during such a challenging time. If you found this information helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and leave any questions you have in the comments below. Remember, you do not have to go through this complex journey alone. For more dedicated support, helpful resources, and step-by-step guidance, please visit funeralus.com today. Take care of yourselves, and we will see you in the next video.